push the envelope.
Yeah.
Now, here's something interesting. I used Google a little bit, or AI. I don't know, whichever one. But I thought I could, so I know what it means, or what I think it means, or what I feel like it means. But push the envelope is actually an aeronautical term for pilots, and it comes from there's like. Now, I just barely looked at this, so I might be off a little bit. But my understanding of it is there's like almost like a diagram or a graph around an airplane of the safety parameters, like this fast, this much tilt, all these different things. And when they push the envelope, they're testing maybe an aircraft or something going faster than they should, or stall falling longer than they should typically, or whatever, because they're testing and they're pushing the envelope, meaning it was that safety factor. So anyway, it's kind of a cool little detail that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But so pushing the envelope, I think that I wanted to get this in because we were talking about routine and all of that. I think that if we can get in the habit of pushing the envelope and constantly looking for better, like what can we do just a little bit better? So one example is we're in a transition today. So today in our run through, you weren't there because you were in Sunday school, but you covered for somebody.
Yeah.
So in our Sunday school, we kind of went through, and it was a script we've done before.
Yeah.
In fact, 2 years ago to almost the day. It's like it was like 3 days off or something. But anyway, so we've done this before, and so it was pretty quick. We kind of did a run through. We didn't even really walk through anything. And I said, okay, so we are going to get out early. I said, but before we go, I just want to quickly brainstorm. And what is just like one or two items that we can do, do something over the top, make it epic, make it, just extra. And so, so part of that, like that paper stuff you were talking about, that was one of the ideas. It's like the accountant's supposed to come out with some paper. Well, what if we come out with this like roll and whatever, So anyway, it was like there was a few different things that we just. It was like 3 things, and they weren't like hugely epic, but it was just something like, okay, let's push the envelope just a little bit.
Right. Well, and like I said earlier, and I said on a previous podcast, we don't want to just settle. And I said on a previous podcast, we don't want Sunday school to be lame.
Yeah.
Sorry for that if anybody's offended. If you have a lame Sunday school, fix it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But, Sunday school is not, we don't want it to be lame. The Bible's not lame. God's not lame. There's exciting. It should be joyful. So look for a way to elevate what you normally do. And I was thinking about things that we've done here that were just way over the top. So we talked about it several times, how it was a failure at the beginning, but you did that river kind of crazy thing, which was way over the top. Some of the other things we've done, which was like the spaceship where we had the door that would automatically open and close.
Yes,
I was just looking, I was showing some newer kids that just started in Sunday school recently with family, some of the videos from back then of that, when you would walk in, there was just the lights in that tunnel, and then the door would open up.
That was so good.
And then, or there was also the pirate ship, which the recent one we did was pretty good. The one a few years ago I really liked, when Brother Tim Daly brought like a tree up here. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And we set that
With
big
that mast.
the big giant mast up there with these big huge ropes, and it was over the top.
Oh, it was awesome.
Just stuff like that. I mean, like I said earlier about my brother-in-law doing the fire breathing thing. He learned that on his own without being asked or anything like. It was over the top. So think of these ways that you can kind of elevate your Sunday school, and think big. Don't think small.
Yeah, think big and be pushing and have encourage that in your team.
Yeah.
To be thinking big and going over the top. And the thing is like I think like if we can constantly push ourselves to that next level and constantly be looking like, what is that next thing, and create that as a culture, because like you said, like Brennan just did that on his own. And it's a culture around here. I mean, we have people that buy some epic costumes, you know. And like one of the things I thought about when you're mentioning some of those is the Coliseum, and the thing we did like a big waterfall and stuff.
That thing was awesome.
So, and we are, well, when this airs, we should be in the middle of it. But basically, we're building that Coliseum and stuff again, so that'll be cool.
Yep.